Okay, here goes and present to you my game room. Okay, first thing you notice, the busted cupboard over there. Unfortunately, that happened when I was moving the furniture. There's nothing that can be done, but I'll explain a little bit later. I'll be doing this video in segments. Hopefully I can minimize the errors. Okay, starting off here, I have the picture that I painted myself with the guidance of my dad. My dad actually is a painter that he does during his spare time. It's also meditative, which is what his doctor suggested that he do. I'll show you one of the other photos right here that I have on screen of what he painted for my brother. Next, I have a picture here of Nilo from Genshin Impact. I used to put hundreds of hours into the game, and then I quit. Unfortunately, the gacha mechanic and the journeying got a bit boring for me. Okay, here on my kind of credenza or drawer set of drawers, which actually belongs to my wife. Starting off, I have my New Type USA magazines, which is more like anime magazines that they sold in the States. I have a couple of them here, which I do peruse through now and again, get myself sort of ideas on which anime to get and download or to buy in the store. Next up, here, my Card Fight Vanguard box when I used to play Vanguard back in the day. And here, Games Master, a gaming magazine from the early 2000s. Also used to inspire me with games to look out for and to buy. Very cool stuff. Used to motivate me a lot when I was a kid. My Nintendo Switch, I'll leave it right here. Just a CD storage unit and then just two books. On the left side here, my guitar, which I am going to be selling to my niece. Here I have a PlayStation 1 bag gifted to me by a dear friend of mine, Dave. If you're watching this video, I still have your bag right here, and I use it when I do travel with the PlayStation. And then down there is my card bag, which I use when I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. Okay, moving on. Okay, this side, my tall bookshelf of my mostly my PlayStation and Nintendo games. Starting at the top here, my Nintendo Wii with the it's a limited edition, the 25th anniversary of Mario. Got my Jolteon that my wife made for me, my Astrobot, which my wife also made for me as well when I was playing that game a couple of months back. At the top here, my brother's controller box for Monster Hunter Rise. Behind that I have the Nintendo Labo, which is still brand new, but the box has been opened. Over here, sorry Astrobot, Yu-Gi-Oh! HeroClix, and then the Dark Magician Girl playmat, which I still have sealed in box. And behind her, my wife's Slytherin puzzle, which she still has to complete. Alright. Next shelf. So this shelf is my PlayStation 2 games JRPGs. This is just one of the two that I have because I have so many JRPGs and Japanese release games for the PlayStation 2. So over here I have like Konami and Capcom mostly. There's the miniature races as well. So Coden, a couple of games there by Tecmo. And I know Orphan was a release game for the PlayStation 2 back in the day. So Seek and Destroy, Penny Racers. Okay, here, Keyring, and another one over there. Tokobot Plus, Dark Chronicle, which I still have to play, and Rogue Galaxy, which I also have to continue with. Behind them, I've got my Japanese release games. So like Chaos Wars, I think this is we all have Katamari. Yep, for PlayStation 2, it's a Japanese release. And a couple others. So let's see. Blazing Souls Acceleration. I'll show off more of these games at a later stage as I start churning out the videos. Over here, my Nintendo shelf. So I have here my Nintendo Switch. I've got Link guarding it, but he can take a leave of absence. Set this aside. My Nintendo Wii games here at the back. Have my Pandora's Tower. A couple of NES carts of games that I still have to play and complete. My Pokemon Omega Ruby for 3DS. My Dark Paladin here in front. There's my GameCube stuff, and then the NES games that I have custom box cases for. Oh, sorry about that. And in here, I have loose Game Boy carts. So mostly my Yu-Gi-Oh games that I picked up in Japan. I have them here, all just chilling. And in the corner here, my 3DS and my Nintendo DS games. And in this red bag, I got my Game Boy Advance, the SP, so the one that flips open and close. My DS games at the back. Okay, Growlithe and Arcanine, and I think I'm just keeping some coins in here. Okay, you can come back. Cool, next shelf. PlayStation 1 and PSP, as well as the PS Vita game that I got in Japan while I was in Tokyo. I got this for dirt cheap. It's a limited edition game. I don't even know what the Japanese or English name is, but I picked this up solely for the art style. Back here, my PlayStation Portable, my Trails in the Sky, which I showed off last week. So there's my PSP games there that are on my backlog. Oh yeah, and everything, I just want to show you, everything on these two shelves are all my backlog. So these are games I actually have to get through and play. I'll show off a little bit later all the games that I have completed and where I store them. Okay, carrying on, PlayStation 1, some Japanese games at the back, as well as American releases like Metal Gear Solid VR Missions, Need for Speed V-Rally, Japanese games like Yu-Gi-Oh, Lagna Cure, Genso Suikoden, that's the Japanese copy. Tales of Eternia, one of my favorite PSP games of all time. That's my wife's copy. I am just playing a couple of levels and just adventuring. This side, Final Fantasy 7 and 8. It's these platinum hits. My PS1 memory cards. And there's all my PS1 games that are all in my backlog. Okay, next shelf. PlayStation 4 and PS5. And the thing is, it's not just games here in front, there's also more at the back. Princess Guide. So all these ones that I have here in the back shelf are actually all sealed. So these are still in the original PlayStation wrapping. I'll show you if I can get one of them out. So there. More that side, my Yonder game, looks like a big box PC style game from the 90s. And then back here, more PS4 games, and those are also all are sealed in the original wrapping. So I've got plentiful PS4 games that I've collected. Okay, final shelf at the bottom. I said before that I like Knights and Dragons, so I thought I'd have Legion of Excalibur, and Knights of the Temple 2 sitting here in the front for these PS2 games. There's some of my American games, the Jam Pack games. A couple of non-JRPG games as well. GTA, Godfather, Getaway, there's more there. My network access disc, and then the Punisher. So this is what you use to connect to the internet and play with your buddies on PS2, but I think the servers are long now shut down. That's it, mushroom from Dark Souls that my wife crocheted for me. My SSX games, Hitman, Armored Core, that's my wife's Winx Club game as well. Okay, let me move on to the next shelf. Apologies, before we jump onto the next shelf, just wanted to show you my bag here, right here. It has my PlayStation Vita. So obviously this has the starter Pokemon on this bag. I actually picked it up when I was in Japan in 2018, and I picked it up because it had such a cool art, almost like it was hand drawn and handcrafted. That sort of rustic feeling. Okay, on this shelf, starting off from the top, my PS3 racing wheel, Nintendo Switch box, PlayStation 3 box of the Super Slim my brothers and I had back in the day. Of course, my younger brother took that with him when he moved to his own apartment. The Xbox Series X box, PS5 box, PlayStation 2 remote, my Pokemon tin. I have my Game Boy games in here as well that I still have the boxes for. My Retron 1 AV box as well. Here, Mercedes-Benz S-Class, a vehicle I'd so like to own when I've got money. We'll see how that goes. My Pikachu that I picked up at the Nintendo store. It actually came for free and I bought some games. Back here, Final Fantasy II vertical stand with Yuna. This I picked up for $150. It's actually an original Hori stand. There you go. My Pikachu bag when I was a kid. Cool, so that's just the top shelf. Next up, here I've got more of my PS2 JRPGs. Sackboy, which was knitted when my wife was still learning how to crochet. She was more of a knitter than a crochet sort of person. But now that she's mastered both, she can make me more stuff. Okay, here, Like Life, Japanese release, big box. With PS1 ASCII 2 controller, the Negcon for Namco, and more of my JRPGs and so forth. You'll see a lot of Atlas games here, Square Enix, as well as a couple from Koei and Koei Tecmo. And here, Mercedes-Benz SL. This side, my boxed in DVD anime that I still have here and I've collected since I was a kid. Okay, let me sit down. Down here we have my car magazines at the back, you can see there, as well as my otaku books, which were the anime books magazines which were released here in South Africa. And I also used to collect these when I was a kid until the publisher shut down because of money. This was during the financial crisis, so unfortunately their publication is non-existent at the moment. On the left side, my PlayStation 3 games. There's the Ni no Kuni game that I bought, my Japanese version. My other PS3 games. And then in the corner here is all my review copies. Okay, Okay, down here, more PlayStation 3, and then some PS2 games, which I obviously couldn't fit. And what I tried to do is I keep all my games like sitting on the spines like this and not flat. It's just to help preserve them in the long term. So a couple of races, war games like Medal of Honor. Okay, there's Siren Blood Curse. My James Bond games. Okay, here I have here my Yu-Gi-Oh files, which have all my rare and expensive cards, which I've collected for the past 20 years. So I still have all them in storage, of which I will slowly sell the some of them, kind of recoup some cash and use it to pay towards my property. And then down here, Xbox. My OG Xbox games, Xbox One and Series X here at the back. And then 360. Also of which there's more behind, as you can see. Okay. Okay, and on this side of the room, if I zoom out, those boxes there are more Yu-Gi-Oh cards, of which I'm going to now catalog and sell. My chair that I sit on when I do my videos. The table, you can see is actually my Achilles table, which is my daughter's, which I'm borrowing at the moment. Okay, and then Pop Retro, if you see the M Classic and whatnot, I just need to get the two HDMI cables. Then I will connect them to the 360 and the PlayStation 3, of which I'll probably get sometime this weekend. And then the TV here at the back doesn't work. I may just give it away, or I may repair it, so we'll wait and see. And then the broken cabinet that as I've stated earlier, I've got the Christmas decorations, as well as my daughter's old clothes in the bags that's also stored in there. Some wrapping, box for my steering wheel, which is just used for storage, I guess. Okay, let me pause here and jump onto the next segment. Okay, let me move on. Let me just zoom out. Okay, that's better. All right, this side, my picture of Amelia from ReZero. And then this picture here, my dad painted for me. So Dante and Dude, my nickname back in the day was Dante because I played so much Devil May Cry. You know, what that is basically a picture of me and my cat. Okay, and down here, the miniature flat screen TV. Got the Hyperkin Retron AV, which I used to play NES. Okay, and then Pop Retro. This is your games right here. I'm still looking for 1945 before I send that off to you. And then Dean, if you're tuned in, I will be sending off this hopefully tomorrow, as the what was that? Postnets can now send through to the States now that the war is over. So I'll be sending that off very, very soon. On the right side, my American PlayStation 2 that I'm using to stream some Final Fantasy here in the background. Okay, down here, I've got my Japanese PlayStation 2, the Slim, that I can use to play my Japanese PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games. The DVD remote, I just have to take the DVD player out, but I think I'm just going to use these for their DVD playing capabilities. The PlayStation 4 that I'm sharing with my brothers. The transformer that obviously converts the voltage for the power plugs into the American sort of voltage level, so that it doesn't short circuit the American PlayStation 2. So I'm using that. That actually costs me an arm and a leg. Okay, down here, PlayStation 1, and then my OG Xbox. Okay, right inside, it's some gaming magazines, some primer guides right there, as well as my NAG magazines. That was also a gaming magazine back in the day. Some LPs in the back, some cheat guides here on the right side, and then here all my Japan and French books that I use for reference, or like here a dictionary. And then the right hand side, let's just move. Okay, my wife's puzzle, which she still has to build. And then the laptop that I'm busy loading Linux to. And then this crate, which actually houses all my games. The wife is using it for her personal effects. So to move the games out, I might get another crate at a later stage. Okay, and onto the shelf right over here. So just an overview. These are all the games that I've played, completed, dropped, or retired from. So if I'm done with the video game, I actually pop it here. It just makes it a bit easier, so that if I'm looking for games to play, that if I want to play something new, I can scroll into that shelf and then move it here when it's complete. It just gives a little bit kind of a sense of accomplishment that I actually am playing the games in my collection, not having them just sit on the shelf. Okay, but before I proceed with that, these two bags. So these contain the games that I will be selling. So like my Shantae game, PS5, some PS1, Xbox, and PS2 games. Okay, let me move on to the shelf itself. Zelda Collector's Edition for Tears of the Kingdom. Monitor at the back. Platform Hogwarts Express, that's the light which I want to put up on display. Crash Bandicoot cable guy. My Collector's Edition GTA 5, my Astrobots, which I'm going to put on my keychain very soon. I also want to do an unboxing of my Gwent cards that I've bought, so that is still sealed. A portable radio, a mug that I received as a Christmas gift, a PSP box, and then back here I actually have a original PlayStation 1, and this is actually an American PlayStation 1 that was imported, so that is still in the box itself with its manual, leaflets, and so forth. But I didn't see a need to take it out of its box, since I already have the American PS2 here, which plays the PlayStation 1 games pretty well. SpongeBob, GameCube controller. Okay, here, PS4 and PS5 games. Well, yeah, just PlayStation 4 games that I've completed. Move on to the shelf, so you can have a good look at the games that I have completed. So like Far Cry, Red Dead, and so forth. On the right hand side of that, the back, Nintendo Switch, DS, PS5 games, Wii controller, Nintendo 3DS console in its box, a Game Boy Color, which I'll probably be selling very soon, as well as the one NES and GameCube game. Okay, down here, PS3 controller, which I'm busy with repairing, and the Xbox games that I have completed. They all come to this shelf here. On this shelf, PlayStation 3, as well as PSP games at the back, and my original PlayStation Portable console in its bag. So let me just show you over there, as well as my Vita games as well. And then here, just more review copy games which I have completed. Okay, but this one I'm still busy with. This is just a spare Folklore that I have. Okay, and down here, I'm not going to stretch too much. PlayStation 2, and at the back, PS1. Okay, let me just re-record this section at the bottom. So, just some Crash Bandicoot games there. Down here, my Duke Nukem. Obviously, it just came with the disc when I found it at an auction and I won it. It was just relatively cheap. Hope to find the cover and the manual. Here's the Ark of Napishtim, some more PS2 games, and then there are more at the back. Thank you for watching my game room tour video. I'll be coming up with other video game topics to present relatively soon. I'm also working on a much larger project or sales pitch, if you will, involving these games. I'll drop a hint. So these games have left the incredible mark within the gaming industry within the last few generations. If anything, I feel it is an important topic to discuss, especially if you haven't played these games before. So I hope you're looking forward to that. Well, let me know in the comments what it is that you're playing at the moment. I really like to hear from you. And that said, thank you again for watching. May you enjoy your games, and we'll chat again very soon. I wish you all the best. Cheers.